are doing another take of that intro. Stop. You are not stuttering.
We are rolling with this. We are rolling.
You are not stuttering through that intro.
Yes, I am. I'm your handsome
Mother
host.
Hubber.
I'm your handsome host, Naked Cowboy Guy, and again with the devilishly handsome host, co-host, I should say.
No. Hang on. Don't lie to the people. Don't lie to the people.
Don't lie to the people.
We both have faces that rival that of Bruce feet. No, we ain't handsome.
I am beautiful.
What do you mean?
Gorgeous.
My brother in Christ, you know how Time Magazine has like the sexiest man alive or Vogue?
Yeah.
I swear to God, there's like an antithesis magazine, and we're in the top 100. Easy, brother.
Hey, we're so ugly. We just wrap all the way around.
What?
We're so ugly. We wrap all the way around. We go full circle. You know what I mean?
Is that what they called sloth from the Goonies? Really? All right. Anyways, what are we doing today?
Today we're talking about our favorite game, well, our best and our worst games of 2022.
Now, for clarification, this is not games that came out in 2022.
Yes,
this is our favorite gaming experiences that we had in 2022.
Yes.
As you know, I had a pretty...
personals.
Sorry, you go first.
Yeah, no, just our own personal games and all that.
Like, what we enjoyed most about gaming in 2022.
Yes. So,
for example... Oh, sorry.
Sif, why don't you go ahead and start with yours, because...
No,
oh, God.
First.
Ladies first. No way, dude. You know.
Age before beauty.
Age before beauty.
You are older. You are older.
That is true.
Suck it, nerd.
Alright, but you are doing your worst game first, because I am going to rip into my worst one.
My worst game?
Yes.
I mean, I know what your worst game is for 100%.
Yes. Oh, yes. 100%.
Oh, so my worst game. I thought we were only going off the best. Oh, no, too easy.
Too easy?
Too easy. So, I played a game. It's on my channel in a 3-part series that amassed, in total, with these 3 parts, about 20 views.
Yeah.
Right? Like, didn't do well on the channel, but the only reason I haven't deleted it is because of how bad the game is. And I go back and watch my quote-unquote favorite bits of it, right? So, Adam's Venture Origins. Essentially, take Indiana Jones, make him the Walmart version, give him a horrible fake British accent, and also a lackluster voice acting cast, and congratulations! You have about half of the things wrong with this game. Essentially, you play as Adam, the stereotypical son of a very famous explorer who is a bumbling idiot that never actually knew the harsh realities of the outside world.
And don't forget the drunk father.
His father's like, son, I found this thing this tree that gives us the answers of the world. Here's my hot new assistant that will definitely end up being your love interest. They don't even try to hide the fact that the stereotypes and cliches are all present and accounted for.
They're all
the last line in the game is, he says, isn't this the part where the main character gets the girl?
Oh, God.
As it cuts to black. Yes, it's that kind of self-aware.
Ew.
The main villain, who isn't introduced until the last 30 minutes of the game, and gets maybe about 10 minutes of screen time, 5 of which being a horrible boss fight where you only see him in the background. So basically, let me give you the full rundown. You go from the library that Adam works at with his father. You go to this old ruin, and it's, of course, a platformer with janky controls rivaling that of the Assassin's Creed ledge-grabbing system.
Yes, the one that makes me want to kill myself,
Yes. Basically, you can't grab onto ledges, so if you're about a fraction short with a jump, congratulations, you're falling faster than an anvil over a Minecraft house. It's horrible. So, you go from that to France, for some reason, where you're fighting the literal German soldiers. I can't say the that word, because I guarantee you that'll get your channel quick shut down super fast. But, basically, you go from that and you're fighting the World War II Germans, right? For some unknown reason. Because apparently this kind of special material found in this random mine will help enhance their technology, even though at the beginning they said, yeah, it's just a really good medicine.
Oh, yes,
but don't worry, because all of a sudden, oh no, everyone gets captured, except Crafty Adam, who somehow MacGyvers his way out of the camp, doing the thing, and then the girlfriend gets captured again, and then they go to a Saudi Arabian village somehow, And then they suddenly find out that everyone is in a drought, and instead of fixing the town, they're just like, we'll help them later, because, you know, that would have been an interesting plot point, and we can't have that in Adam's Venture Origins.
God bless.
I am ashamed that this is one of the games that I platinumed, and that's the only reason I played it, is because it was said it was a story-driven, immersive. God, yeah. I was immersed myself in, like, a cup of bleach by the end of that.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Really?
Quite literally. Dude, so the final boss, right? You fight Mr., you know, stereotypical 1920s handlebar mustache villain, right? Who says he's a German scientist, but he sounds like he's from the higher end of Philadelphia, right?
I mean, that what makes him the villain?
Bruh, honestly, like, he's just a Philly guy, and that's why he's bad. But anyways, there's the whole fight, you're on a minecart, right?
Right.
And you have to hit these switches to dodge the bombs that he throws onto the tracks, or hit the duck button with literally about 20 seconds of leeway in order to duck his gunshots. Right? But, at the very end, you come to a tunnel with all the lines crisscrossing and stuff, and it goes, you can see the end, there's just a cliff. One track goes to the right, the track that Mr. Scientist is on, and then the other one just goes off a cliff. So you hit one switch, again, in like 2 minutes where nobody does anything, and you just watch yourself careen back and forth until the single worst line delivery in the existence of video games gets delivered.
Hit me with it. Let me hear it.
Dude, I can't even do it justice. So, you know, big bad, falling off a cliff, frickin' all of his life work gone to waste. What do you think he would say or do? Like, how would he send off his final moments?
Curse you.
Curse you, or no, or right? This man sounds like he just leaned away from the mic as he said this line. I could have ruled the world!
Ew. And I was like, oh, boy took him. That's a terrible game. That sounds like a terrible game. Has he returned?
I have. I was doing that for the effect.
Yep.
But, oh my god. So, Adam's Venture Origins, 8 out of 10, great game. Play it.
8 out of 10, great game. What did you say about... Was there, like, any redeeming part of it? Was there, like, any part, like, the...
No!
Okay. No, not at all?
Dude! I could even say the puzzles were good. Part of the freaking level was like Tomb of the Giants level of bad.
Ew.
It was pitch black with a few crystals out the ground. But wait, there's platforming involved with said aforementioned ledge-grabbing technology from Ubisoft? Yes, please, Cyber Daddy.
I would like more.
It has no redeeming qualities, not in its characters, not in its voice actors. If the game had a prequel to this, or a sequel, I would still, weirdly enough, play it just because I remember the comical amount of disappointment I suffered each freaking time.
Wow. So
you wanted a rant.
So safe to say you didn't have a fun time?
Honestly, that's the weird thing. I still had fun only because I was able to make fun of the game so much.
I mean, is that some redeeming quality of it?
No, you shouldn't make a game that's so bad that... Okay, here's the thing. You can make a game that is supposed to be made fun of, right?
Yes.
As long as the game is self-aware enough that it knows it's bad, right? Like, it was designed to be bad for the sole purpose of being comedic. This game tried!
It tried?
It tried to be a good game. There was nothing that was, like, self-aware, like, quacky-worky joke, and then fourth wall break, except for the end where he's like, hey, don't I get you because you're hot, single, and also my damsel in distress? Literally! That's the only fourth wall break, and it was far too late, Adam's Venture Origins.
You just wanted it to be over.
What I want to know is, what the hell does Origins mean? Because, to my knowledge, that's the only game in the series. There's no other Adam's Venture title, and if there is, I haven't seen it. And I hope to God that the series just doesn't continue. Because the last thing we need is Adam's Venture off on another advent... Oh my god, I just got the name.
What's the name?
Adam Venture, Adventure. Oh my god, I hate it. Wow. Okay. This. No, I didn't. No.
Yeah?
Hate myself.
Do you?
Not
No.
really. I
Don't worry, we still love you.
But, like, real talk though. Don't play the game unless you want an easy platinum trophy. And if you do, don't put it on the internet. Trust me. It's not one of those things that has a niche community for it. It's just bad.
What stood out to you the most in the game? Like, what just was the worst? Like, I don't want to play this anymore.
The voice acting.
The voice acting is what killed it for you?
Do you know how hard it is when there's several quips about, well, it seems that this was an advanced civilization.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you see, I think you're pretty. Like, no, they're not related. Have a conversation, you absolute Neanderthal. Because that's the thing, it wasn't even like it was a crisp line delivery. Like, we didn't get the frickin' J.K. Simmons treatment with this one. Guy got interviewed at Walmart for a voice acting job, and here we are.
Great value
and also,
voice acting.
I do want to say, though, however, I mean no disrespect, even though what I said was incredibly disrespectful. Because I understand now, as someone who has been in a couple voice acting, like, freelance, nothing really serious stuff, I get how hard it is to nail a performance. Yeah. But I don't think if those voice actors were to find this video and see what I'm saying, I don't think they could agree with me that this was exactly the pinnacle of their career. This was like watching Wakalia Wood the game.
Wakalia Wood, oh god.
The Ugandan commando thing.
Yep.
Like, imagine if Adam was the yellow subtitle text guy. That's what I was dealing with. And that's the guy you play as. He doesn't go away.
Does he? Does this guy strikes me as a man who does not stop talking.
He doesn't.
You know what I mean?
I've literally had Adam throw himself off a ledge sometimes just to stop him in the middle of a voice line. It was that bad. I was gonna waste an entire loading screen of silence just for a chance to not listen to Adam.
Just for a chance of peace.
And it sucks because the music was all right. Again, nothing to write home about. Like, it's not going to win any game awards for sure.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to mute my TV because that's another thing. At least when I play the game, there's no volume options. In fact, the only option is subtitles and invert the Y-axis. Which, if you do, you should be playing an airplane simulator, not a freaking platformer.
Yeah. I don't understand the inverted stuff.
Alright, unless you have any more questions for me, it's your turn.
I think that's about it for me.
Alright, have fun. Are we going over the best later?
Yes.
Okay, bet. Alright, floor's yours. I'll be quiet.
Well, I said it a few times, and I think one of the podcasts before, but my worst game of 2022 is Horizon Forbidden West.
I knew this is where you were going.
Now,
enjoy this, chat. Oh, you're in for a ride.
Yes, you're in for a very big ride. Now, the problem I had with this game is it followed up such a spectacular game. Horizon Zero Dawn is, frankly, one of my most favorite video games. Or, well, the most favorite video games in the Ubisoft formula. You know what I mean? Like, to climb the tower, get all the pins. You know what I mean? But,
yeah,
it's just... there's nothing to it. Like, in the first game, it was Aloy. Aloy's the main character. We get her backstory. She's... spoilers, by the way. If you didn't already know. She's like this outcast because she has no mother. Explains it later in the story, but yes, she has no mother. Gets set with this guy named Ross. Is trained up to be like this badass, Native American woman who like can shoot a bow. Like, she was fun to play as. She was a good character. She was a little bland, but I mean, it fit in with her character. You know what I mean? Like, she was an outcast. She didn't really grow up around a group of people. It's understandable that she's, what's the word? Oh, socially awkward. But, like, by the end of it, she's, like, this cool badass with, like, one-liners, quips. The game was fun. They made, like, fighting giant robot dinosaurs fun. Like, my favorite moment...
It's hard to make not fun. Am I wrong about that?
Oh, you'd be surprised. You'd be very surprised. But, like, my favorite line is at the very end, where you beat, like, the human bad, like, the human big bad, which is a man that is called the Eclipse, that worships the sun, right? So, she managed to down him. Now, remember this guy, okay, folks? Remember this guy. Leader of the Eclipse, remember it. Managed to get him on his knees at the edge of a cliff, or it's a steep drop off. Let's just call it that. And she says, I can't remember what he says, but I do remember what he says. I mean, what she says to him. She tells him to face his fucking god and die. Stabs him in the stomach and then pushes him over the ledge. Now that's a fucking good character. That's a good way to kill a final boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and then when you fight the big robot bad, which was really fun. It was an interactive fight. You know what I mean? Like it kept you going, kept things paced up, and like all this like side character. Like this game is like full of like side missions, and they actually made the side missions matter because the side missions that you complete, their storylines, they'll actually come in to help you. So it actually feels like, you know, you did something. Your efforts were rewarded.
I'm getting Burnt Ivory King vibes from that.
Burnt Ivory King?
Dark Souls 2.
Okay, gotcha.
And basically, if you go out of your way to help,
oh right, the soldiers,
they will help you in the fight.
Yeah, and that's great game design. It you know, rewards you for interacting with the systems.
And are these side characters personable?
Yes, they are personable. I remember each their name. I can tell you each their character. I tell you they all have a crush on Aloy, but you know, they're at least memorable. I have my favorites. I have my not so favorites. And I have, you know, I have my character. Yeah, kind of. And then the sequel came out. I cannot tell you how excited I was for the sequel. Like this was one of the games I bought on release, and the last game I did that with was Dark Souls 3.
Oh my god, that was what, 2017?
2013 or 20? No,
that long ago?
No, can't. 2016 maybe.
I was gonna say, I thought it was around 2017.
Yeah, probably. I think I'm misremembering.
I was gonna say, please don't make me feel that old.
Don't worry, it's coming, buddy.
Because I also bought Dark Souls 3 on release.
Did you get the keychain too?
I did not.
You didn't get the keychain?
No, because I just went to GameStop and I bought the game from the shelf.
Okay. Alright.
Actually, no. Oh yeah, no, I did that, and then I lent it to a friend, but I was so ready to keep playing it, I went to Blockbuster and I rented the game.
You rented the... Oh my god, Blockbuster?
No, it wasn't. I don't think it was Block. It was something. It's some other renting thing. Blockbuster, I don't think was around in 2017.
It's still around. It's just one singular shop.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Not readily available.
It is obsolete. Anyway, so yeah, so Horizon Zero Dawn comes out. Or no, not Zero Dawn.
It's Forbidden West comes out. I am so excited to play this game. I pre-ordered it and everything. I got, like, you know, not the collector's edition, but like the one below it. You know what I mean?
The deluxe.
Yes, the deluxe. The one with all the DLCs, which I'll get to in a second here.
Oh boy.
And
I actually hadn't heard about your ordeal with the DLC, so I'm curious about that.
Okay, so Horizon Forbidden West is a game. That's all I can say good about it. The game is boring. The game is long. The game doesn't do any side quests right. The game doesn't introduce. Well, that's a lie. It does introduce new characters, but not enough of them to keep it new. Now, there's two memorable characters that seem to be sticking around. The rest are all from the first game. No character change. Nothing interesting about them. No new qualities, just the same old people.
Oh boy.
And I was like, okay, whatever. It's just, I like these characters. That's not a bad deal. You know what I mean? Like I was upset that I'm not getting like a plethora of new characters like I was hoping for be. But you know, I wasn't too upset.
Yeah.
And then we got to the gameplay. Now, Horizon Zero Dawn had great gameplay, right? With bows and arrows and all that.
I still haven't played it.
I would highly recommend it.
I plan on doing it for the channel at some point.
Wonderful. I will watch it with you. But I just don't know where to start with this game. I really don't. It's so horrendous. I'm going to start with the missions. I'm going to start with the story. Let's start there. It is so everywhere. Oh my god. First off, right, there's this thing called the Tenakth, who live in the Forbidden West, which isn't so forbidden because they just let any old character through. You know, there's no one allowed not to go in. Well, they say they're not allowed, but you know, they don't really stop anybody. And then we have what's actually going on, right? The world is ending, and the system is in place to keep Earth alive, because Earth is sustained by a whatchamacallit, a AI system. Yes, chat. That's you'll learn about this in the first game. If I go right here, we'll be here for hours upon hours. But basically, the Earth is being sustained by a AI system called Gaia, right? And now Gaia is going out of control. Like, you know, storms getting bad. There's a thing called the rot that comes by, killing all the food and plants and animals. And you think this be a
Nito on the fucking software of Earth?
And you think this would be a problem, right? You think like this would be like, you know, an overarching like story thing that you have to avoid?
It seems like a very big problem, the fact that the world is just straight up dying.
Yeah, no, that's the only. Yeah, no, that's the point. That's the only point where it never hurts you. The Scarlet never hurts you. The storms don't do anything. It's all just
aesthetic.
It's aesthetic, yes. It does nothing.
What do you mean?
You can take all your sweet time with this game, and there's no rush to it.
I hate that.
Yes, there's no substance to it. And I was thinking, like, oh,
how
cool.
the hell does a game like Luigi's Mansion have a time constraint, but this game doesn't?
I know, right?
You've heard of that time constraint, right?
Yeah, it gives me anxiety just thinking about it.
What, the Luigi's Mansion one?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, same. It's horrifying.
Yeah, I'm not one who likes time constraints in my video games, but you could have made it do
yeah, but if you're
something.
gonna set the freaking, like, I mean, to be fair, like, if you're gonna set the scene of the world is literally ending, you are humanity's last hope, and then you get a side quest to pick 5 yellow flowers. No, that's not how this works.
Believe it or not, that is an actual side quest.
I hate you.
Yes. It's for a old lady who had a lover who loved to pick flowers.
Let me guess, died to the rot.
No. He just died. He just ate shit to like one of the weaker enemies in the game.
Oh, so he's a wuss. All right.
Yes.
So wait, so how did Granny Puckett over there freaking survive all of the literal apocalypse?
This literal apocalypse? I can't tell you. The first game is never mentioned there. Like, there's no, like, this happened on this date. Because these games take place 6 months apart from one another. So, you know, the little end of the world should be, you know, on top of one another. But yeah, no, they don't pick up on it. And I will
just
talking
say,
about.
Here's Apocalypse 2 Electric Boogaloo, I guess.
Pretty much, yes. And now, here's now, folks. This game gets wild, and it doesn't get wild until the last 5 minutes of the game.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot we were still on.
Yes. Okay. So these aliens come down, right? Yes, I'm straight up aliens who were humans before the first apocalypse happened.
First apocalypse, I hate that.
Yes. Okay, there's 3 total apocalypses in the game.
God, I hate it even more. Don't tell me.
3 apocalypses in the game, okay? And so they left in the first apocalypse. Like, this was thousands of years ago before the game took place. Right?
Alright.
They colonized the planet, all that. Things went haywire. They returned back to Earth. Right? Now, they have a copy of Aloy. Right?
Uh-huh. Doppelganger!
Yes. This is the whole... Yes. They call her Beta. Right?
I hate it.
And so the aliens encounter Aloy. They're looking at her like, why is there another copy of us? Who cares? Just kill her. Now, mind you, these aliens are super advanced. They have shields that your character can't touch at all.
Okay.
Right? She lives.
What do you mean she lives?
She jumps. There's water underneath the base that she's in. Yeah, she jumps to the water and escapes. Super high-tech robots are after her. You know, this god amongst, you know, people was after her. She just bails. So yeah, later.
That's smart, isn't it?
Yes, it's smart, but you could have made it a little harder. Literally, you say the game makes you swim underwater, and then you leave out a hole.
This is
you
fair, right? I feel like you're complaining about a plot point that didn't instantly kill you.
I guess I wanted more from it. I guess I wanted, you know, some more
Do you
stake
get
into
a
it.
chance to take your revenge upon the alien people?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Well, then what's wrong?
What's wrong? I wanted more stake. This was a whole alien. I would expect aliens to get, you know, a little bit bruised up, you know.
You're one of those guys.
No, oh wait, but please. I wanted there to be like, a little more substance other than, all right, here's this guy. Oh, you escaped him. Good job. But okay, so the aliens get a clone of Sobek. No, excuse me, of Aloy.
Beta.
Yes, Beta.
Beta.
And so now we find out that the aliens are real mean to Beta. They make her do like terrible things and like VR and all that because she's like training to be like the next successor to save their world. And she eventually escapes them, right? And comes to them. And comes to you know, Aloy and her team and all her friends. And now she's way smarter than anybody there, and that's just how they made with the character. Like, she's way smarter. She has all this training.
Does she look exactly like Aloy though?
Enough like Aloy. Like, yes, look, pull a picture. They look like sisters, which is what I think they were going for. But right, you would think that they, you know, that she would be a valuable asset to them, right?
Yeah.
No, she does nothing.
Really?
She does one thing in the game. One thing. That's it. She does nothing else.
Beta. Ah!
You alright there, bud?
I looked up images to find out what they look like, and I got slapped with some freaky fan art.
Not sure. Why? What did you use? Google?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah.
Look, my search history ain't that bad. I'm on freaking incognito right now.
Oh, that's why.
No, that shouldn't be the default. That means that what shows up is the default.
That was because you're on incognito, buddy.
What? Does that just assume, yes.
It just cuts out the middleman.
Honestly, like, Jesus, it's like, oh, we know why you're here. Like, no, I'm just curious. This is research. My freaking incognito tab is full of questions I'm too afraid to ask in public. I kid you not, one of my tabs, I just looked at my phone, just says, why is 2 + 2 4?
Well, did you get your answer?
Do you really want, are we doing this?
Sure, let's hear it.
Why? Oh my god, I don't wanna.
Let me hear it.
Why does 2 + 2 = 4?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, because the answer, if you take 2 integers and use the standard addition law, then yes. So basically 2 + 2 = 4 because yes.
There you are, folks.
That's the answer I got.
There you are, folks. The age-old question has been answered. Why does 2 + 2 = 4?
Worst part is, I don't even drink. It's not like this was a drunken stupor question. Yeah. I don't smoke. I don't do anything, any kind of vice, except I curse. Yeah. What was this one of those, like, 11 o'clock at night, I'm about to go to sleep for work, and my brain's like, hang on, before you cap off this tremendous day, you've got to bring yourself down a peg.
Hold on a second. We got to figure something out here.
God.
Oh my god.
So in summary, Forbidden West, bad game.
Oh, don't worry, buddy. I'm not halfway done with this. Oh, buddy.
How much time have we been recording?
That was a commercial break. I don't know.
You might want to check.
About 40 minutes.
40? Okay,
yeah.
You might want to wrap it up then.
No. Listen to this. Alright?
Yeah.
So, to make foot short, so I'll keep complaining about the game. It's a boring story that really doesn't do much other than push the plot forward, and then it gets insane with no other plot points mentioned in the game. It's at the last 5 minutes that have no other connection to like the end of it. It was just there. It was terrible.
So I'll ask the same question that you asked me. Were there any redeeming qualities of this game?
No. Quite honestly,
not even like the graphics.
No.
The game didn't even look good.
No. quite honestly, everyone says this game looks good. Everyone says the thing's perfect. To be fair, I will give it a passing grade because I did play on the PS4, and this is a PS5. Like, this is meant to be on the PS5. So, take that with a grain of salt as you will. Now, the gameplay. The gameplay was worst of all, because it just felt like it wasn't even trying anymore. It felt like checklist the game. And now, I don't know how you make flying on a robot pterodactyl through the sky boring, but they did. It is the longest loading screen I've ever seen. It felt like a loading screen, basically.
God.
You couldn't attack, you couldn't use a pterodactyl, you could just go to a place and leave a place. That's it.
Oh my god.
So it was just terrible. It just felt like checklist the game. And quite honestly, if you want my honest rating of this game, I'd give it a 2 out of 10. That's
2?
Yes, a 2 out of 10.
So what stops it from being a 1?
Because I'm hopeful the sequel will learn from its mistakes.
It will not.
Yes, people.
Do you know how much critical acclaim that game got?
I don't know why. It came out with
Well,
Elden
that's the
Ring.
issue. They get critical acclaim, so they're like, oh, our formula worked. We'll do the same thing next game.
Well, the thing is, they came out with Elden Ring a week after the release.
Yes.
So this game got, like, I don't know.
It's still, its hype momentarily drowned out the Elden Ring hype. In fact, most people were saying Elden Ring is bad at the time, and of course people have wisened up, and the game is now, you know, revolutionary. I'll be honest with you, Elden Ring is a fantastic game that will forever live in my heart as soon as I actually finish the game, because I've got so many fucking projects.
Yeah.
But in terms of Souls-like, like a FromSoft Souls-like,
Yeah.
it's not in the top 3 for me.
No. What's your top 3 Souls like? I mean, what's
Dark
your top
Souls,
like?
Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3. Not necessarily in that order, but it's those 3 games.
Okay.
And then, you know, frickin' Elden Ring, obviously. And then down in a separate frickin' zip code of its own is Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
And then Sekiro is also... I never actually beat that game yet, though.
Sekiro is a very hard game. I will say that.
Good. That's what I want.
Yeah.
So is Dark Souls, so is Hollow Knight, and I'm beating them all.
Yeah, Sekiro is on a whole nother level, but we'll get back we'll come back to that one.
I have not played it yet, so I cannot give it a good standing on it. But anyways...
So, Sip, what was
You mentioned DLC earlier.
Yes, the DLC.
I don't want to cut you off too early.
How could I forget? Alright, so, the DLC. Now, when I bought this game, it's the Deluxe Edition. Right? No, excuse me, Launch Edition.
That use of money.
Yeah. The DLC is PS5 only. I spent extra money on a game
Oh my god.
I can't even play. There's nothing I can do. You
know, PS5s are like $500 now.
Yes.
That's a hell of a lot cheaper than before.
Yeah. Really? You think so?
Yeah. Dude, it was like $800 before.
I got mine for $250, but I didn't buy mine on
You got a PS5?
No, not PS5. I thought you were talking about the PS4.
No, PS4 is like $250, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I misheard you. But
yeah, no, PS5's like down to $500.
Yeah, because no one get their hands on them, and then no one's really buying it.
Honestly, I might invest in one.
But yes, I paid extra money for a DLC.
You could not access.
I can't play. No,
That's funny.
I didn't look into any more
That's
of
like
this.
people who bought Bloodborne on the PS5 and then were just completely disappointed.
Yeah,
This was just them getting back at you. It's fine.
I guess so. But yeah, that's my worst game of 2022. Ugh, man, never play this game again.
Good.
But on a side note, yeah, let's hear your favorite. Let's hear your favorite game of 2022, Sip.
I'm gonna go second on this, just because I have a few nominees and I want to kind of talk through each one. But
Okay.
I'm gonna say this now. My favorite gaming experiences stemmed from how they did on the channel, my enjoyment of playing them with an audience. Because we're not talking games of 2022. We're talking experiences of 2022.
Okay.
As like a yearly roundup kind of thing. And I guarantee you, my channel is the sole reason that I really enjoyed video games this year. Other than a certain game that I will get to later. There's like 4 games I can think of that I want to talk about, if that's cool.
Alright. Yeah.
Alright, so take it away.
Now, I've always
Mrs.
liked...
Gilbert.
Gilbert? Who are you talking about?
Mrs. Gilbert. Have you ever seen the Jim Carrey Christmas Carol?
No.
Disney one? Jim Carrey plays Ebenezer Scrooge, and after Scrooge is all happy, he goes to the top of the area and goes, Mrs. Gilbert, Merry Christmas!
Never seen that.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
you uncultured. Oh yeah, hey, I'm gonna expose you right now in front of your streams. Hey
Go ahead.
everyone, this man has never seen Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Star Wars, and yet he calls himself a nerd.
Star Trek
I want
either.
this man taken to the freaking stake and
Maybe.
put him. I want him to be, like, imprisoned in public with a TV in front of him, and he has to watch them all.
Take me to the shadow realm.
Or you just come over to my apartment. I'm saying.
Same difference, but
Wow, bro. Wow. Yeah, I take you into my house. I give you food, and by that I mean you give me food. I give you entertainment, and this is how you treat me on the day of my daughter's wedding.
you
Fuck
betray me.
you. Fuck. Could you imagine? The Godfather would be so much easier if he just said "fuck you" and then left.
Would you hate me if I said I've never seen a Godfather either?
I also haven't seen The Godfather. I just know the memes.
All right.
I'm also just really good at doing a Godfather impression.
All right.
Anyways, 2022, a year full of interesting games and gaming experiences. Big
Yes.
resurgence in the retro scene, I've noticed.
Yes, I have noticed that too. Which
But your best experience and why of 2022?
well, now I've always loved roguelikes. There's
God, here we go.
I've never found a roguelike I didn't like, but my favorite one I've ever played was, well, the game I'm playing right now, Risk of Rain 2.
I fucking knew it, you absolute freaking segwayer.
This is by far one of the best roguelikes I've ever played. The characters are unique, the world is intriguing, the lore is not in your face, but it's like Dark Souls. It's not in your face, but it's also...
Don't compare Risk of Rain to Dark Souls.
It does. I will. It's... I have no complaints about this game. It's one of the best roguelikes I've ever played. And I know there's like Hades and the Binding of Isaac, but they don't do it like Risk of Rain does. You know what I mean? Like this is without a doubt my favorite game. Just because...
Of all time?
No. My favorite game of all time is Nier Automata, but that's for completely different reasons. And
It's the pants button, isn't it?
believe it or not, no.
Bullshit. I don't believe you in the slightest. I don't believe you, brother.
Nobody does. You have to play it to understand it. But
It's on the list.
yes, this game just does everything that roguelike should. Its enemies are unique. Its characters are diverse. Have different play styles. Their music is so fits the world so well. Their lore is intriguing but not difficult to follow. Like you're not gonna get confused by this, and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's straightforward. It's there if you want it. I just cannot praise this game enough. Like the.
You've been doing it for the last 5 months. No
I mean,
offense, but holy
you know,
crap. I've never seen someone fangirl over something as much since that freaking Five Nights at Freddy's when 1 came out.
this is my Five Nights at Freddy's, I guess. Because the characters are fun to play as. There's nothing bad about the game, I can honestly say.
I can.
What's that? Let me hear it.
I just don't like roguelikes.
You just don't like roguelikes? Oh yeah, you can't come into this not liking roguelikes and expecting.
Yeah, no, but I will play it. I have made you a promise that I will play it, and also it was $6, so I'd be an idiot not to at least get it.
It's very fun. It's a lot of fun to me. There's no it's a quick game. You know what I mean? Like it's not a game that's gonna take like hours to get through. It's not like a game that you're gonna need like 3-4 hours set aside just to
It's
you
short,
know
3 to 4 hours.
get anyway. Like no, like this game can be beat in under 20 minutes.
What?
Yes, this game
What the
can
hell's
be
the point?
it's a roguelike. It's meant to be played over and over again. Different builds, different play styles, different characters. It's so much fun.
Ew.
And the game actually has a really unique difficulty scaler, whereas the more time goes on, the more difficult it becomes. Like you can see right now, up in the right-hand corner, you can see a timer ticking down. Well, people can.
I know.
You see a timer ticking down. No. But then again, no one ever. I don't really watch podcast lives. I think
we should probably start investigating like Spotify or like a different platform.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Next time.
Yeah, but yeah, this is my game of 2022 just because it does everything right. That it sets out what to do and it just I can't put any more detail into it. It's just fun. It's just really fun to play with. All right.
My turn?
I take the stage to you.
So I'm gonna do this in order of my favorite games of all time. These 4 games, rather. So starting with Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes.
Really?
One of my favorite experiences of 2022 was playing with you and Jay. And actually like laughing our butts off because it was a fine mix of comedy but also us actually like buckling in and working together, and there was an audience behind us, and like that rush of finishing something with less than a second left because I guessed 4 buttons in a row.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. It's that kind of thing that makes you love video games because of anything can happen. Especially in something as silly as a fake bomb defusal with a high guy and a guy who can barely read. Not only that, you also have the guy who's defusing the bomb is partially colorblind. It's just... You know what I mean? Like, it's just an experience where it's always different no matter who, like, depending on who you play with. It's a good time. But, so that's that.
Yeah.
Another game that I found I was fond of, before I get into the too obvious, was, man, what the hell was it called? Rocket League. That's it.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Rocket League, so I released... Was it 2022? Wait, no. Was that video really 2022?
Was it? He's finding out, Chet. Let's see.
Yeah, give me like 2 seconds. But basically, long story short, I joined a team, like an esports team.
Yeah.
Made some really good friends. Been doing a lot of collabs. It's gotten me a bit of acclaim, actually. I even got into the subreddit once.
Did you?
Yes, I did. It was for my crappy camera settings. But yes, 6 months ago. That video... Wait, was this... Right, this was freaking June 17th of 2022. When the hell was the... April 9th, okay. I'll get to the April 9th. But yeah, June 17th of this year.
Is when...
I made probably my first fully edited compilation. Right?
Yeah.
And it took off. At the time... Currently has 300 plus views, and it's one of my favorite pieces of work, especially considering that I played the game in the most unoptimal way possible.
Yes, first person.
No, but essentially first person, but also there's a feature called camera shake, which every time you hit the ball, a person, or the wall, your camera shakes violently to like simulate the impact and make it more cinematic.
It's immersive.
Apparently, I was like borderline freaking insane, and everyone thought I was faking my rank until I showed them video. And I'm like, no, I just didn't know because I never opened the settings or changed my camera settings or anything. They're like, You're an idiot. Congratulations, but please fix it.
Did you end up fixing it?
Yeah, no, and I'm now like champ 2 and like consistently one of the better players in my team. But okay, so that's number 3. Number 2, I'm gonna have to go with Sonic 2.
Sonic 2.
Sonic
oh,
the
yeah.
Hedgehog 2.
I remember that video.
To date, my best, well, second best now, video on the channel. I don't know if I told you, I had another video that actually got over 10,000 views.
Yeah, what's that?
It's Dark Souls, the final moments.
Oh, wow.
Short, yeah. But in terms of live, 87% audience retention.
Which is fantastic.
6.6 thousand views. 210 concurrent viewers. At max. 210 people at the same time. And over 2,000 comments. In a 2.5-hour stream in which I reset the playthrough halfway through. Because I died. I got a game over and I had promised the chat, oh, I'll do the whole thing right, guys. Don't leave.
Yeah.
But no, that was the start of the channel. That was the start of the community.
That was the catalyst. That
went from 51 subs to 179 in those 2.5 hours alone.
Wow. Sonic 2
and
really.
It's where I met people like Devin, freaking Guardian Slayer. It's where I met people like Pug. Like, all of the internet, like the Discord people that I now run the server with, and I support them, they support me. I met them in that game.
So that really...
And people were like, oh, I'll be watching more of your stuff, and those people are still here today. So I honestly, you can't get much more satisfaction in the game. But not only is Sonic 2 my favorite game of all time, outside of recording, Sonic 2 will forever be my favorite game of all time, for the pure nostalgia of it. And also the game is just freaking fantastic, between the music, the level design, the boss design, and the ending, which makes me cry every single time.
Yeah.
You know the one I'm talking about, right?
I actually never played Sonic.
Freaking...
He's gone quiet.
Well, nah, because Ryan texted me, and he... Ryan... I got a text from Ryan, and it just said no, and I'm like, what did I say to him that made him just say no? And I'm like, yeah, I asked a stupid question, that's right. But, like, it basically, so you beat Eggman, and you freaking, it goes to a white screen, where it's Tails with the other flickies that you've saved, looking up at the Death Egg. Because in the level before, Tails basically gets you onto the Death Egg, and then has to go back to Mobius.
Yeah.
And it's just like still images of Tails getting the tornado.
Yeah.
Everyone helping out. Sonic's flying down space and Tails catches him. Or, you know, if you have the Supersonic thing, it's Super Sonic coming down.
Yeah.
But also with one of, if not the most iconic ending songs in any video game ever.
Uh-huh.
And it just brings a tear to my eye, because it reminds me of all the good times I had before I graduated high school. I played the game the day before graduation. I played the game the day before I graduated college. I played the game the day before I left for basic training. Just to get that sense of, like, we go again, new chapter. And that's what that game does for me every single time. It's like, it's not an easy game, so it's always an accomplishment when you beat it.
It has good memories attached to it.
Good memories attached to it, but it's also just a fun game for replayability.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so for the impact that it had on the community, and also the fact that it's still one of my favorite games of all time, Sonic 2, in July 2022, one of my favorite, or June 2022, one of my favorite memories.
Alright.
And then number 1, you could probably tell what I'm going to say here. I want you to guess.
Elden Ring.
I literally just said Elden Ring was like one of the worst Soulsborns.
Yeah, but we said 2022.
Yeah. What about 2022?
What
What game did we play in 2022 recently?
Yeah. Dark Souls, baby.
Actual freaking sponge.
Dark Souls.
You guys listen to this, huh? Jesus.
Yeah, they love it.
Yeah. Dark Souls has trained us well. A literal meme from, I'm sure you've all seen Happy Souls. If you're a fan of Dark Souls, there's no way in hell you haven't. But one of the first things they say is, ready for this? And then they cut down an enemy. Dark Souls has trained us well. So,
before he gets stabbed in the
Dark
back.
Souls still remains as one of my top 5 games of all time. I love it. The story, the visuals, everything is freaking beautiful about this game. I find no fault in it other than Pinwheel and the Bed of Chaos. And the Bell Gargoyles, but that's for a later
Yes,
debate.
as our later argument.
Still wrong, but it's fine.
No,
I can accept idiocy
No.
slightly.
Listen,
Regardless. But it's also the first time where on the channel I played, and I know that there was a hiccup with the other group that I fell apart with, and, you know, whatever happened, but there's no trace of them anymore on the channel, so don't worry about it. But it's the first, with an audience, obviously, like, with my now enhanced community, it was my first big project in terms of editing, but also co-op. And I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say it's become the most successful series on this channel. Raking up, in terms of all Dark Souls video, this series has raked in almost 15,000 views on its own.
Wow. That's actually a lot.
15,000!
That's a lot more than I thought.
Well, granted, it kind of helps when one of them is 1,000, the other one's almost 11,000 on its own. But even still, like, on a channel whose average views is 20 to 30, we had 3 videos that hit the triple digits, the one of which is 263 and still going. Not only that, it gave me my first big collab with the community, where I got 15 different people sending me their voice lines that I got to edit into one last big hurrah for the series. And it's the first time that I also felt like I could genuinely connect with my audience through these videos.
Yeah.
And not only that, playing a game with a friend is the single best feeling you can ever have.
Oh yeah.
And I'm glad it's you. Mushy stuff aside, I'm glad it's you. But
same here.
It's just fun because you play the game in a way that you never thought was possible before. You know, bosses have more health. You have to time your attacks more. As you watch your teammate get grabbed by a grab attack you would never even knew existed, Gaping Dragon.
Yeah.
Giant freaking nightmare of my freaking dreams. But...
Or the Iron Golem, animation canceling itself.
God, that was so cute. Oh, Iron Golem. God, I love you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dark Souls, #1.
Dark Souls Uno.
And I'm sure that when we do this again for 2023, it'll be Dark Souls 2, because I'm a sentiment even though bad game.
Oh, God.
Or not, or it'll be so bad I just nuke the channel. And I'm like, nope, I'm done with YouTube. Dark Souls ain't ray training me well, I'm done.
We're not doing this again.
Nope, never again. Jason, stop doing that. No, we're on live, no! And then I just get banned.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so there you go. Any other questions for me?
No, I think that's about it.
Are there any games that you're looking forward to playing in 2023, be it new releases or old games that you just plan on picking up?
Oh, man. Personally, no. I look forward to beating Elden Ring, but that's about the only game. I think I will.
What? Oh, no. Not that you're bad or anything, it's just a long-ass game.
It is a very long-ass game, yes.
Yeah, no, that's no discredit. I've seen you play a Soulsborne. I know you're good. It's just a long game. Dude, I started the game on launch day, and I still haven't had the time to beat the damn thing.
Well, I mean, I accidentally walked into a high-level area where I shouldn't have been. So, who knows?
It'll be called D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're good then.
Alright. Well then, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video,
please do... real quick before we stop?
Before we stop, where did we start at? Almost 11:30? For a little over an hour.
Nice, nice.
Not too bad.
Come check us out on Spotify.
Yes, if we can get that set up.
We should, because YouTube is not the right place for a podcast.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for joining us so much. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. Let us know what's going on.
Whoa. You do the like and subscribe thing?
I just started it.
You sellout!
Yeah. You have no idea how bad I'm gonna sell.
You think you know a guy's chat, and then all of a sudden he turns out to be a snake.
Yes. Snake. And be sure to check out Stillinprogress too.
Yes, please check me out. I don't
this.
mind being a sellout. Like and subscribe.
Anyway, folks, I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
See you next time.